Have you ever watched a film that not only entertained you, but stayed with you, challenging your thoughts, shaking your beliefs, and even changing your life a little? If you've seen Lagan, Three Idiots, or Dangal, chances are you've felt that impact. But behind these unforgettable stories stands one man, Aamir Khan. A man not just of talent, but of relentless transformation. Today, we take you through the riveting journey of a Bollywood superstar who redefined what it means to be a true artist. This is not just the story of a movie star. This is the story of a rebel, a perfectionist, a man who turned down commercial fame to chase something far bigger: truth, meaning, and impact. Chapter 1. A Boy Born into Cinema. Aamir Khan was born on the 14th of March, 1965, in Mumbai, India. He came from a film family. His father, Tahir Hussain, was a film producer, and his uncle, Nasir Hussain, was a well-known director. But Aamir's childhood wasn't as glamorous as it might seem. Despite the connections, his father's films often flopped, and money was always tight. Aamir later shared in interviews how his family struggled with debts. Sometimes, creditors would come to their house, demanding payment. That pressure left a deep mark on him. Still, the world of cinema fascinated him. At just 8 years old, Aamir made his screen debut in his uncle's film, Yadon Ki Barat. It was a small role, but the camera had already found its star. Chapter 2. From Assistant to Actor. Aamir's serious journey into films began in the 1980s. After finishing high school, he worked behind the scenes in films, learning the ropes as an assistant director. Then came Qayamat Se Qayamat Tak. Starring alongside Juhi Chawla, Aamir played a young lover caught in a tragic romance. The film was a massive success and made Aamir an overnight star. Fans loved his boyish charm and intense eyes. But what set him apart wasn't just his acting, it was his curiosity and commitment. While others chased more films and money, Aamir wanted something more: meaningful cinema. He started choosing roles carefully. Each movie was a project, not a paycheck. Chapter 3. The Rise of a Perfectionist. In the 1990s, Aamir starred in several hits: Dil, Jo Jita Wohi Sikandar, Rangila, Sarfarosh. Each role was different. Aamir didn't stick to a formula. In Jo Jita Wohi Sikandar, he played a carefree teenager who learns the value of hard work. In Sarfarosh, he was a tough cop fighting terrorism. By this time, people began calling him Mr. Perfectionist. Why? Because he would dig deep into every character, rehearse endlessly, and sometimes even change his body to match a role. He didn't just act that became the role. This obsession with quality often meant fewer films, but better ones. Chapter 4. The Big Shift Actor to Activist. Then came the 2000s. This was the decade that would make Aamir more than a superstar. First, there was Lagana film set in colonial India, where villagers take on British officers in a game of cricket to avoid taxes. It sounds strange, right? But it worked, and how? Lagan became only the third Indian film ever to be nominated for an Oscar. It was a bold, expensive film, and Aamir took a big risk by producing it himself. But the gamble paid off. Then came Rang de Basanti, a film that awakened India's youth, sparking real-life protests and movements. Aamir wasn't just entertaining anymore, he was inspiring. And when Tare Zameen Par hit screens, people cried. The story of a dyslexic child and his caring teacher, played by Aamir himself, opened up national conversations about education and learning disabilities. Aamir Khan had now found his true calling. Films that speak to the soul. Chapter 5. The Mind Behind the Art. By the 2010s, Aamir was no longer just an actor. He was a thinker, a doer, a changemaker. Three Idiots became the highest-grossing Indian film at the time and exposed the toxic pressure of the Indian education system. The phrase, "all is well," became a cultural catchphrase. In PK, he played an alien questioning blind faith and religious dogma. The film was controversial, but Aamir didn't flinch. His message was clear. Question everything, even your beliefs. But perhaps his most physically challenging role came in Dangal, where he portrayed Mahavir Singh Phogat, a real-life wrestler who trains his daughters to become world champions. Aamir gained and lost over 20 kilograms for the role, once again proving his total dedication. Chapter 6. Beyond the big screen. While most stars stick to movies, Aamir had bigger ideas. In 2012, he launched a television show called Satyamev Jayate, Truth Alone Triumphs. Each episode tackled a social issue: female foeticide, domestic abuse, caste discrimination, alcoholism. Millions tuned in. Politicians took notice. Laws changed. People weren't watching a celebrity. They were listening to Aamir the citizen. This was perhaps the highest point of his journey, not fame, but influence. Chapter 7. Controversies and Criticism. Of course, no public life is without shadows. Aamir's honesty often landed him in trouble. When he spoke about rising intolerance in India during a public interview, he faced severe backlash. Social media turned against him. Brands dropped him as ambassador. But Aamir stood by his words. He wasn't interested in playing safe. "I never speak to please," he once said. His personal life, too, had its ups and downs. He married twice, divorced, and has children from both marriages. The press followed closely, often intruding too much. But through it all, Aamir remained what he always was, a man with conviction. Chapter 8. The Legacy Lives On. Today, Aamir Khan is not just a name, he is a symbol of quality over quantity, a symbol of courage in storytelling, a symbol of how one man can use cinema not just for fame, but for change. He's inspired countless young actors. He's reshaped Bollywood. And most importantly, he's reminded us that films can do more than make money, they can open minds. And as he continues to explore new paths, one thing remains certain. Aamir Khan will never stop asking, thinking, questioning. Grammar Spotlight. Learn from Aamir's story. Let's now review 3 useful grammar points from today's episode. 1. Present perfect versus simple past. Aamir has changed Indian cinema. Present perfect equals effect continues. vs. He changed his body for Dangal. Simple past equals completed in the past. Use present perfect when the result still matters today. 2. Relative clauses. Aamir, who is known as Mr. Perfectionist, chooses films carefully. The clause, who is known as Mr. Perfectionist, adds extra info. Relative clauses help make your sentences richer. 3. Zero conditional. If you chase only money, you lose meaning. This is a zero conditional. If plus present simple equals general truth. Summary. What can we learn? From Aamir's story, we learn: be bold in your choices. Perfection is not a gift, it's a pursuit. Entertainment can also enlighten. And if you're learning English, his journey gives you many powerful lessons in language, structure, and expression. Thanks for listening to this English learning podcast. If you liked Aamir's story, make sure to check our other episodes on Elon Musk, Taylor Swift, and more. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on captions for better understanding.